For this week's speech, I decided to talk about the day I got adopted. Now, before I got adopted by my now legal father, I didn't really have a father figure in my life. He was kind of out of the picture, and then my mom got remarried, and her husband was not very kind to me in some ways. So I was a lot more timider, and I didn't feel the best about myself. And if you know anybody who's been adopted before, they usually will say the same things of me as me. And so, that was that. Now, my mom got married to someone in 2015, I believe, who his name was Dan. And at first, I was really timid, and it wasn't really fun, and I was very, skittish, and I was a different person. In 2017, on my actual birthday, I was in 8th grade, so I would have been 14. He adopted me legally, and we got it all taken care of. And now I am a completely different person, and I have a different outlook on certain people and certain things like that. Now, a little backstory was I had a really bad childhood, you could say. I wasn't really a trusting person, and I was very timid, and I didn't talk to a lot of people. I didn't have a good father figure in my life, and therefore it made a lot of things awkward because I usually had male teachers, and I was really not trusting and things like that. And then my mom started dating her now husband, Dan. And at first I was I pushed myself away from him. I wouldn't talk to him. I didn't like him, and I didn't think that he was going to stay in my life because of other things that had happened in the past. And slowly he started to grow on me, and I didn't really understand it at first, and I was kind of scared. But I started to trust him, and then they got married, and everything just kind of changed. Now, fast forward about 2 years, it was the beginning of 2017, and both my parents had brought something up to me that hadn't really crossed my mind and kind of freaked me out a little bit. I was more trusting, and so I was closer with him, but I still had that really big fear that they were just gonna leave. I didn't know what was gonna happen. And now when they sat me down and talked to me, he sat next to me, and my mom sat across from me, and he was like, now it's been a couple years, and I want to adopt you. He just kind of came out and said it. At first, I didn't want to be adopted at all. I was like, I'm okay the way I am. Things don't need to go that serious. And a few months later, they kind of brought it up again because they wanted to know because I hadn't given them a full answer. And so I took a risk, and I said, yeah, sure, let's do it. And so we started the process so that he could adopt me. Fast forward, I think it was a month and a half. It was the day of the adoption, and I hadn't really I hadn't believed that it was going to actually happen. I thought at the last minute something was going to happen and they were going to back out. And they didn't, and I had my family, and the judge asked me if I felt that this is what I wanted, and I felt safe with him. And I really thought about it, and I did. I felt really trusting, and I didn't feel that way about other people before. So it was really a big thing for me. And now, since that day, I am not timid. I'm not scared to trust certain people who come into my life. I felt what it was like to be loved by somebody and felt wanted in a way, but wanted by a father. I didn't really ever feel that before. And so it was a big day for me. I feel like a completely different person. And I know that now I can look at certain people who are kind of going through the same situation as I did, and I can help them. I can talk to them about it. I actually have talked to one of my old friend, she's 2 years younger than me, I think, and she's kind of going through the same thing I did. And I'm able to help them and tell them, like, whatever you want is best, and it's easier to talk to people. And I now have a father in my life who is like really loving, really caring, and I feel like a better person overall, which I didn't think would happen at earlier in the time. Now, so in conclusion, before I was adopted, I wasn't who I was today. I didn't have the drive. I was more timid. I wasn't trusting. I was just a scared little girl in her little shelter in her little box. And now when Dan said that he wanted to adopt me, I had that protection around my heart, but I kind of opened up a little bit and started trusting more and being a trustful, helpful, like just a happy person in general. And it completely changed my outlook on how I look at certain dads or how I look at certain people. And I think that's amazing because everybody deserves to feel that. And when I was younger, I didn't think I was going to get that. Since I have been adopted, I am able to like help people, and I'm able to like know certain things that I didn't really think I would know before. I have seen changes in my life that is completely like, it's unbelievable, like the changes. I have seen someone who got adopted and she used to not like believe that she could do anything and she wasn't going to have a good life and she was just going to get stuck in the same place and not be who she wants. But now she's doing amazing things and she is living the life that she wants, and it's great. So thank you for listening. Bye.